Hey folks, welcome back. We're at the start of the medieval era as the Khmer this time around. We have a lot of rivers in our territory, so I've got to make some use of that with the Khmer, who I haven't played for a while. If you watched last episode, you know we had some very frustrating events involving the pink player down here, but that's how it goes sometimes. So in the meantime, we're just trying to catch up on fame to the fame leader, who is this kind of bluish player here. I guess it's a bit of a teal. So we'll be seeing what we can do to catch up there. And let's start by buying that gold from this player we have a trade agreement with. Who is this? The Maya? See if we can get a trade agreement. And we're going to start buying... See, let's grab that silver. Yeah, we want that. We want the ebony. Sage, yeah, we want the sage. Pretty much want every luxury resource we can get our hands on. And we're going to be trying to go up to the next era pretty quickly, right? So, excuse me. Because there's so much trade, it means the AI are going to have access to a lot of the manufactories, right? Because I am trading with them and making my resources available to them. On other games that I play, does this count as a river? Doesn't seem like it. I feel like in the past it used to. But anyway, so before I open that, because the AI have access to my resources on a normal map, like a Pangea or a Two Continents or something like that, I will control a lot of the map at this point already. So what that means in practice is that I have control over a large swath of the luxury resources, and I usually don't trade with a lot of people to prevent them from getting access to my luxury resources. In practice, that means that AI don't really have access to the manufactories because they don't have enough resources in order to get those manufactories, right? So what I need to pay attention to this game is really, really quickly getting those manufactories. I normally have a little bit more slack, but particularly since the AI is doing pretty well on tech this game, it's a bit of a problem for me. Okay. So, a lot of options. Angkor Wat would actually be pretty good for me this game, I think. I was also thinking about Todaiji, the +1 industry per state religion follower could be good, but I think Angkor Wat is really the one I want here. We have a fairly strong religion at the moment, so putting that in San Lorenzo or another city could be pretty strong for me this game. Okay. Start getting these very strong districts online. Go ahead and finish those animal barns here. Let that water mill finish up for that 28 production. And let's take a look at our tech, because we were on siege tactics, which we don't need anymore. So I'm thinking we go feudalism into war summons, into military architecture. So feudalism, we just want that food. And then obviously war summons and military architecture. With war summons, we get the crossbow and the pikemen, right? Which aren't really the important things. None of this is. It just leads us into military architecture and later into heavy infantry. Okay. I haven't really found much in the way of leverage this game. I mean, I don't really see much of the map, right? So I don't know when it's available, but been a bit of a frustration. All right. Other thing I need to keep in mind as well is that these AI are a little bit farther ahead of me in terms of technology. So I am going to need quite a few units. There's a part of me that wants to put Landraiser on the Venta, but that's going to slow my tech down. I don't know if it's worth it at the moment. I feel like I need the tech output from La Venta. See, let's Let's renounce the Mongol grievances for now. I don't have a strong case for pursuing those. We're just going to position our units here to rush down the city again whenever it is we declare war, which is going to be as soon as is reasonably feasible. And hopefully this time I don't get declining war score from cultural influence. Okay. And you can just idle for the time being. Got another army that I'm producing in La Venta. And let's keep... Oh, no, come on. My first leverage pickup of the game. My other 10 leverage has come from forgiving grievances this game. Non-aggression pact with the Nazca. Sure. They're out of the way. Can we get a trade agreement? We can. Okay, definitely want dye. Want saffron. Want sage. Don't really care about coffee. I don't have any farmers, so I don't really have a strong reason to buy that at the moment. Okay, feudalism, 1 turn away. That'll help a lot on my food outputs. A little weird to build a barre up in this area, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, we have a conflict. Oh, is that rebels? Interesting. Wasn't expecting the AI to have rebels, to be honest. I know they, you know, I see them every once in a while, but usually later in the game than this. So it's just the timing is kind of weird. Oh man, 2,000 gold. That might make a big difference. I think that makes a bigger difference than any of these other items here. So let's go for that 2,000 gold. I also really need to get some market quarters in one of my cities. I only have 3 cities at the moment. I was hoping to capture these ones, right? And utilize those. Okay. The aggressive independent people over here have finally faded. Actually, let's not send that entire army. Let's just send the horses. No. A little wonky on the controls there. Okay. I don't want to give them outputs. Right? They are the Fame leaders. And they're they're already close to going up to the next era. What's their tech look like? So I can see where I'm boosted on tech, right? So I know what technologies they already have. So they're not like close to getting manufactories, thankfully. But they do have enough fame that they could advance to the next stage if they so choose. Aggressive towards me. A little strange. Okay. Yeah, we're hopefully going... do I really want an alliance? No. So I just don't want to put myself in a position where I've broken a ton of treaties with them later in the event that I do need to fight them, which, I mean, it seems highly likely that I'm going to need to do that this game. They just have so much stuff. Okay, I'm gonna wait one more turn, and then it is wartime. Go ahead and buy that, and then just get a couple frontline units in here for these elephants. I can finally use this for its intended purpose. Oh, did they? They must have raised the city or something. I guess, I can't remember. Independent people, maybe they leave ruins when they fade away. Did I, like, click on something accidentally? I must have. Let's buy that obsidian, though. Guess I clicked on that coffee right there. Go ahead and grab this territory here. There's war summons. Any more demands I can make? Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright. Where are these units? Okay, only one great swordsman. Not worried about that. I really should have positioned my units on this side for the high ground. Yeah, maybe I do that. I think that's important enough that I'm willing to wait a turn, and I'm not at max war score yet either, right? Okay. So I could upgrade these guys to crossbows, but honestly, it's kind of a waste of money. The Subnahaya are still perfectly fine for this point in the game. Okay. Am I on war support? I think I want to take that army out before I declare war. And over here, I think I want to... Considering market quarters. I need this thing to die, to be honest. I should think about taking that city out. Hopefully they fade pretty soon. Not really a lot of resources on this side. There's some pearls up here. I should grab those. Not sure what to do with the city at the moment. It's kind of the struggle I'm having. I could go hard on science, right? Which, you know, considering I have stupas, makes sense. I feel like it's the only sensible thing with the terrain I have. So maybe with La Venta is where we build out some additional capacity on the money, right? I have the porcelain here at the very least. I think that makes sense. Okay. Trade everything. Sure. Don't care about the coffee. Grab that leverage here. Okay, so no escape for these units. I kind of want them to bring their reinforcements in. Okay, let's set up for them to bring in reinforcements. Okay, so what this is going to let me do is it'll give me the opportunity to destroy all their units before I actually have to siege. and before I declare war, right? So I can take this opportunity to just make life a lot easier on myself. Unfortunately, I don't know where these saboteurs are, but I'll win this conflict after this round since I'm sitting on their flag. There we go. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and declare war here. They have very low war support. So this is going to make this attack a lot easier. We'll focus on these citizens since both of these units will be able to shoot. There we go. Okay. Easy peasy fight. There's a part of me, so I'm not as worried about war support this time, right? So I'm going to refuse, because I also want to take their other city. I don't really care about Tenochtitlan as much. Obviously, I want to take it off them, right? But if I don't, it's not really a problem. Go ahead and just throw an outpost down here. Just make sure we're claiming territories so these independent people stop popping up. Yeah, let's go for experiments, I guess. A little extra science didn't ever hurt anyone. Oops. Did not mean to do that. I meant to buy out. Actually value the production a little more than the food here. There we go. Buy that out. Move from industry. Should actually move these guys back over to science, I think. I want to accelerate my tech a bit so I can catch up to the player who is currently the Mongols. Am I in a alliance with them? I have a non-aggression pact. Oh, right. Okay, I see they're a vassal. Buy that tea. Okay. So there aren't really going to be any more diplomacy things generating up here, right? Because the person's been vassalized and the AI generally don't break out of that, right? So the vassals not going to be getting grievances against their overlord and vice versa. No, I'm going to refuse. The only reason I still have the agreement from before is that it is much more beneficial to me than it is to that player, right? And as soon as it stops being that way, I'm going to refuse. As soon as it stops being that way, I'm no longer going to maintain that agreement. Okay, so we're going to need theology and we're going to need alchemy to increase our tech output. I can't put my finger on it. I do feel like I'm playing pretty suboptimally this game. I couldn't exactly... I mean, obviously there was shenanigans with the war in the last episode. I couldn't exactly put my finger on what I need to be doing better here. But obviously there's something. I'm sure I'll come up with it once I've had some time to think on it. Okay, so there's a army there. Where'd they go? They're up here. Oh, just pikemen. Okay, don't care about them. Okay. On my side's weaker. They have reinforcements? Yeah, they do. Should still be fine. Okay, let's block those reinforcements. Yeah, especially the pikemen would be fairly dangerous to me. Okay, let's cross my fingers I can take these peasants out. Ugh, it sucks. Possible one of my units dies. Looks like I'll be okay. Get a rear attack. This guy's gonna take damage from sitting on this flag, so I'm not going to attack with him. Usually the AI, if you've taken their flag, will throw everything at it to get it back, rather than trying to play a little bit more strategically. See if I can pillage this. Yeah, there's a silk up here. 10 turns. I'm gonna guess that AI is gonna come attack me, but we will find out. Okay. So hopefully the last fight here. Make sure all my elephants are able to shoot as much as possible every round. Those peasants will suicide themselves, so start shooting at other higher priority targets. Get some units ready for these reinforcements coming in. Okay, so these pikemen are very dangerous, right? So I need to prioritize killing them, which I may not be able to. Can I shoot from here? There we go. Close one. There was technically a chance I did not kill that, but okay. Make sure we're blocking this pikeman from reaching our damaged elephants. Sink those down with swords. Not the most efficient trades, but just trying to protect the elephants from taking damage from the pikemen, right? Okay. See if we can kill him with that one. We can. Okay, great. Makes my life a little easier. Just gonna let these guys sit, I think. They're already somewhat damaged. I think I might lose a unit here. It's not really that big of a deal if I do, right? These are only swordsmen. But obviously I'd prefer not to lose any units if I can avoid it. So weird to have this much exploration left to do in this game. Also, I have such a weird continent. It basically spans the entire north-south axis. It's pretty large. Like, I feel like some of these continents must be a lot smaller. Kind of curious what the shape of this one's like. It must go like this, east-west. Okay. Move our damaged units out. Please kill him. Thank you. I can safely move these units up here to actually start doing some damage. Okay, there we go. So I'm hoping that I will have enough to take pretty much everything here. I do. Excellent. Okay, and now it is time to start attaching some stuff. So first let's go on expert. Go industry. Science money for now, and we'll do the same thing over here. Industry, science, money. Now we need to think about how we want to specialize these cities. These have some market quarters here already. Does here too. Start with our emblematic. Okay. I'm gonna need to attach that one, I think. It's weird to not have it attached to this city, but I think Keral's a little more limited in terms of feasible attachment options. Okay. Let's grab flood irrigation, let's grab animal barns. Kind of same thing over here before we start building that emblematic quarter. Also don't have a forge in here. Let's actually get that first. I'm going to buy that out just to be a little bit more efficient on my industry, since I am sitting on a decent amount of gold at the moment. I don't really want to cut off my sort of my market quarter adjacency by putting a barre there, so I'm gonna put it more down here. It's fine. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna put people on money before science in the city, I think. And up here, we're actually just going to pillage Tenochtitlan, and we can attach it to another city. So we'll eventually get these quarters back, and there are quite a few research quarters down here, actually. Nah, I don't think so, buddy. I could go up to the next era. Not quite ready yet. I need to keep my eye on tech, though, to see where the other player is, right? The Mongols, since they're doing quite well on tech. I need to set myself up to go into humanism. I'll worry about that in a few turns, but that's kind of my game plan, right? Okay. I don't think it really matters too much where I build this. I go adjacent to the stupa, I get a little bit of adjacency. Right there is fine, and that'll connect my city to a bunch of walls. And the reason I'm doing that right now is I'll just use that turns production on that. Surprised I could retreat from there. Okay. So the rate I'm going up is definitely accelerating a little bit. Orange is actually doing reasonably well as well. For the AI. Come on. So many notifications. Okay. I forgot the Morians, the Samnahaya does not upgrade to the Dambigaja anymore. Upgrades to the crossbow. What would that one do? Procession. It's extra industry, right? That is fine. Okay. So I have no reason to keep all these units down here anymore, so let's go ahead and use them to kind of secure the rest of the continent. We can finally take out these annoying city-states up here. I'm fine with the extra science per researcher. Go ahead and take that. Let's see. I'm also going to go for this war support increased when winning a battle. I find that can really prop you up in some close fights sometimes. Like the war I had in the last era, that would have made a huge difference. And it's time to start thinking about what I'm doing next, right? Because it would be easy to just like turtle up and develop. I think I need to eventually strike a blow against this player here. They're still the Mongols, right? Yeah. Do they... Okay, they have furnace steel. I think I want to go seafaring mastery into guilds. They're almost done with the medieval, which is going to be a problem when it comes to competing for manufactories. Okay, fundamental values. I'm going to go for the Commons Quarter industry cost, simply because this moves me back over to Liberty, because I want that extra influence output. I'm not really struggling with stability in any of my cities. I have more than enough stability. Okay, let's move you. I feel like my movement speed is so low. It's kind of painful, honestly. I'm used to having some kind of movement speed boost at this point. Okay. Let's see. No, I'm gonna leave that as is. I like being able to generate those grievances. Yeah, I think it's unlikely I go to war with this player down here for the moment. No. Okay, I can finally start adding these barres in. Okay. Some of these are quite strong. $17 industry on that. Let's grab that first, actually, and I'll buy that. The thing about infrastructure is that it's a lot cheaper to buy than districts most of the time. $19 science from the library. San Lorenzo. Make sure we have the watermill. I'm just going to buy that one. 11, 25 science there. 11 and 8 in terms of production cost. That one's a little bit more efficient, so we'll grab that first. Okay. Oh man, is that the first curiosity I've seen all game? And someone's unlocked the Congress. That's this player, of course. Okay, I need to think about going up soon. Just because they're going to unlock access to manufactories very quickly. There's a part of me that... Let's see. I might just have to take the hit on this being a crappy era. There's a part of me that wants to go for the Jusson. Just so I can really, really crank the science. We'll see. I think I can still get a couple more stars here before I need to go up, but it does need to be soon. I think specifically the aesthete star. You go away. And they're so aggressive. They're coming all the way across the world just to spite me. What's this? Sure. We get a treaty. Okay. Definitely want silk. I want papyrus. I think I want everything they have, honestly. All useful outputs. The only one I'll think about really buying is coffee. I feel like isn't worth it. But pretty much everything else is worth it at this point. Go for abide for the affinity. Okay. 6 more pop. Yeah, seems doable. Problem I'm going to have with going up early is I'm not going to get all these districts out. Let's go on the industry mode here and just try to crank through as many of those as we can. Not really important if I don't get that one there. Definitely feel like I have to play a very accelerated game, this game, given the position of the AI. I'll vote for the Imperialists here. Let's see. Okay. What's religion look like? I assume they have their own religion. They do. I don't want to get that effect yet because it's going to help them. No? I don't want to do that. It's going to help them get their the tech that I want faster, right? So it's probably in my best interest to not help them do that. Are they really gonna run over here and siege my city? Anything I can produce quickly? I guess cavalry is better than nothing. Like, these guys are coming from all the way, like, out here to attack my city, which is ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and attach this. So that's gonna increase my science output quite a bit. Kind of forgot to do that earlier. Definitely get some of this infrastructure in here. Alright, can't quite cross the ocean yet. Alright. Ugh, my slow units. Keep an eye on tech. Okay, they don't have centralized power yet, which is what they need for humanism. How much specifically do I need? Think I get it next turn, hopefully. There we go. Oh, that's the agrarian. Oh, okay. Yep, I have my numbers backwards. Okay, so I think I'm going to go for eschew gluttony here, just because this movement is really painful, and honestly there isn't really a better option at the moment. Yeah, they're besieging me. Insane. And honestly, I'm not confident in the ability of that army to beat a bunch of crossbows, so I'm going to have to wait a turn. So I'm going to lose out on some outputs here. Make sure we get turn in there. If I can get like a really quick tech somewhere, I might do that for the star. And then go up to the next era. This is painful. Painful, painful, painful. Okay. So you have production in the Bares that we want. There's our aesthete star. And now the question is... Yeah, we're going to need guilds anyway, right? 4 more turns get us anything other than the science star here. Possibly the builder star, which is our main star, right? So it might still be worth it here. Ooh, stability just collapsed here. Okay. We don't really need you working on the Angkor Wat at this point. Hit our science. Food's very low. So that'll get resolved once I get the Angkor Wat. I'm not sure why the food collapsed. Did someone cancel trade routes with me? Okay, too many notifications. Why are they... How do they even have that claim? That's so bizarre. No, I'm not gonna... What a bizarre claim. I have no idea how they would have gotten that. Okay. Boost that research. That'll reduce my research time by a turn. Okay. This is such weird terrain to be moving over. I'm gonna take that attack. Just so I can move more efficiently, honestly. How can I not get up here? That's weird. I feel like I should be able to get there, no? Okay. And in the meantime, with the entry of these units, I'm reasonably certain I can kill these guys now. And if not, well, so much for me being a good player, I suppose. Okay. Obviously, I'm supporting myself. Let's just run around the side here. Come on. Do a little shoot and scoot. +1 movement from the religious tenant, making a big difference there. Movement's so important to have, honestly. I feel like I know that intrinsically, and yet I still underestimate it in every single game that I play. Don't want to lose population if I don't have to. Probably gonna lose the horsemen here. I guess maybe they're going for the peasants. Such a weird thing to happen in this game. No? I guess that's a cliff there. Sometimes visibility in this game feels rather poor in terms of the terrain. Did they get reinforcements? No, for a second it looks like they got reinforcements from something. Okay. So I lost some units there, it's fine. And look at tech again. Still don't have centralized power. Feels like they might be clearing out their current era. But once I get this next tech, I do need to go up to the next era. Okay. Really sucks to leave that builder star on the table. And 5 more. It's pretty unlikely. Maybe possible. I must have been getting some stability from some effect, and I don't really know what it is. I'm gonna grab just garrison. We'll put it like down there just to help with some stability. Though I suppose we could do an obelisk actually. Yeah, like right down there would be fine. And then back to the city. Add a garrison down there just for some stability. Okay. Finally move out this way. Go ahead and claim this area here. Look at tech. Okay. I still have that agreement, right? They didn't cancel it. They did. So I have no idea where he's at. Ugh. Okay. This really sucks. I'm gonna have a low fame game this game. But I do think I need to take my pick. And I'm going to commit to the pick that I mentioned already, which is the Jusson. Which is going to give me a boost to science right away. And allow me to turn on the equivalent of Landraiser. Sure, we can trade everything. I think my units up this way because I know this has luxuries up here that I want. This envoy has been so useless. I haven't really been able to get him off this continent. Should really just put him on auto explore, I think. Okay. grab furnace steel. I guess it's chivalry. I don't even have the thing for furnace steel. Yeah, it doesn't really matter here. Okay, and that'll be the end of the medieval. So we'll start the early modern here, and kind of first things first, before I end the episode, is we are going to take that off. We're going to go straight for humanism, and we're going to, let's see, where does it make the most sense to do this? Probably right here, to be honest. Because up here I have enough stability to keep building. Down here I do not. So we're going to slap on collective mines on La Venta. And pray to God we get to humanism first. Okay. And so, why? I don't... Why? Why? We'll send this guy over to pillage here. Why is everyone picking on me in the Congress? Okay. How am I on stability? Okay. Okay, we're delaying this episode a little bit. And need to stop this from turning into a city. Okay. All right. So that'll do it for this episode then. I was worried they were going to make a city here. And we'll start next episode in the early modern and hope that we get humanism first with the luxury manufactories, because if not, we're in a lot of trouble.